What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for technically it's going to be the 12th of November. It's still the 11th right now. I am recording this earlier than I record anything, and that is because I've got one thing I got to do in the morning. I probably actually won't even post this till in the morning because I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm exhausted, but I've got one thing to do first thing in the morning after I take my kids to school, and then get ready. There's a big day of college basketball tomorrow. Big day. So I've got a lot of work to do in college basketball, and be ready to do a live show. Live show I'd like to do at 10 a.m. It may get pushed back to 11, and that's all going to depend on how early I can get my little morning done. If we can do it at 10, great. If not, it'll be 11. Still run it for an hour either way. So be on the lookout for that. I also recorded, and I forgot that I did it. I recorded a little NASCAR promo because I did not go over Patrick's NASCAR recap for this past Sunday. I did his last Sunday one a couple of times last week where he had two head-to-head matchups, one being a top play, both winners, both involving Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick outright race winner, had that on the card. And then this week, another 3-0 sweep. What he does in that sport blows my mind week in and week out. A head-to-head winner on Denny Hamlin. He had a head-to-head winner on Clint Boyer. And then he had Denny Hamlin outright win the race on the card, and he did it. So, it's funny that somebody sent me an email a week ago, maybe going on 2 weeks ago. And this is now the third person from this particular service. You know what? I don't even want to give them the shout out. But I think you guys can probably put two and two together and figure out who it is. Two gentlemen that bet NASCAR, say they have NASCAR guys. I don't know. One of them says they do it themselves, been doing it for 20 years. The best NASCAR in the business, yada, yada, yada. And how they ended up talking about me and my guy was back in early August, maybe it was July, somewhere around that time frame. Patrick had a bad week, which he's only had 2, maybe 3 losing weeks all race season. Every race besides those, he's made money. He has predicted the outright race winner on his card in all but 9 races this entire season. To the best of my knowledge, these NASCAR guys, and again, I don't know shit about the sport, so it's not like I can sit up here and talk shit and be like, I'm better than so-and-so. I still don't understand the sport other than the fact that they go around in a circle for a long period of time. And for me, it is absolutely mind-numbing to watch. Now, going to a race is a completely different story. That's fun. It's fun. It's a big redneck fest, which I think is funny and hilarious. But it's fun. It really is. Some good people and a good time. But I had a long talk with Patrick just the other day at the Bears game. He was with me, and I was like, bro, you know how I do some things in like baseball, for instance. How do you really go about deciding who you think's going to win this race? Are you just going back and looking at times where they've won the race? How have they done in previous races there? And he said, yeah, that goes into play. But he said, engine packages, transmission packages, basically the setup and the build they're going to use for the race. He said, because every race car driver has anywhere from 3 to 5 setups that they will use. They have certain ones for long super speedways, some for short tracks, certain types of weather, whether they're in the desert, whether they're in the Midwest, whether they're in the South. He said that all that comes into play. He said, so being that over the years, I've learned a lot about what packages do what. He said, when a race comes, he said, I look at the drivers, what they've done there in recent history, the same year, the year prior. He said, your veteran drivers, like your Denny Hamlins, your Jimmy Johnsons, he said, I'll go back and look at the last 20 times they've raced there. Excuse me. And he said, then I look at the package they're using. How has that worked out? What have been the goods, the bads, the pros, the cons, so on and so forth. And he takes all this into consideration, and it's pretty interesting. So I watched him I looked at his notes for what he had Sunday, and I'd be goddamn if he wasn't spot on. But anyway, this person from this service, these two gentlemen who like to talk shit and say, oh, he don't do nothing, it's all fake, it's all this. I don't think they predicted a race winner all year. I don't think they even put it on the card. But I have seen where they've bragged that they've had a head-to-head matchup involving a driver, and that driver won the head-to-head matchup, and then they brag and say, and he won the race. Who gives a shit? Did you pick him to win the race? Nope. My guy did, though. So, to these two fine gentlemen, don't run your mouth about my service and my guy until you're even doing remotely half of what my guy does on a week-to-week basis. Because based on what my clients say, or I should say Patrick's clients, even though they're buying through my service, they bought from you. And he eats your lunch and doesn't even have to try to do so. So, anyway, it's the last race of the season. Miami, Homestead, they will crown a race winner and a race champion both in the same day. It's the last race of the season. You can buy it right now for $20. Jump on it early. And obviously, we'll take about a month break. And we'll be back promoting the 2020 season, which starts, I think it starts with the Daytona race in February, I believe, which I'm going to go to that. I think that'll be fun. Plus, it'll get me out of cold weather in the worst month of the year. So, just throw that out there. But I will post that NASCAR little promo as well. Anyway, Denny Hamlin outright won the race. He had him on the card. So anyway, free play winner is looking good, Seattle. And what did I tell you? Seattle's defense is going to match up to San Francisco's offense beautifully. And what are they doing? Defensively, they are, in my opinion, that Seattle defense is what is controlling this game. Now, again, it's not quite over yet, but I see Seattle outright winning this game. I truly do. And as I said, I believe this is a game where it's going to come down to Russell Wilson and Garoppolo. Garoppolo is going to have to put the team on his back and win it. He's just not that quarterback. He's never had to do it before. Russell Wilson is that guy. He continues to do it week in and week out. That's why he is an MVP caliber quarterback, no question. So for what we can go over, and we'll discuss what we can't go over in the live show tomorrow. UNC Central looks like it's a winner. Belmont winner. Seattle's looking very good at +6.5. Carolina Hurricanes is absolutely going to be a winner, but I don't believe that the under is going to come through because we're under 6.5. There's already 6 goals. There's another full period. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see Carolina put up 2 more goals at least. The games that are not looking good, we have one that hasn't started, or 2 that haven't started yet in college basketball. Excuse me. The ones that are not looking good, the Spurs are not looking good. That, to be honest with you, this is where I really thought the bounce back was going to come for the Spurs after some bad beats. But, you take what you can get. Like I said, last week was a good week. We had a bad Sunday. And we didn't have a great Saturday, but we had a bad Sunday. I mean, bad. So, like I said, we were going to bounce back this week. We were going to make that a thing of the past where by this come weekend, that was going to be so far in the past that you weren't even going to remember it. It doesn't mean that we're going to go out and sweep the board the very next day because I am a high-volume guy. So, but by Wednesday, you guys aren't going to be talking about Sunday. You guys are going to be going, holy shit, he's back at it again. But the game right now that's concerning me is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is getting beat up and down the floor by a nobody. I mean, a nobody. Look at how many times Vanderbilt's gone to the line. What were we? I mean, and it just the second half just started not that long ago. The opposing team shot 2 free throws in the first half. Vanderbilt was at the line over and over and over again. And you mean to tell me that you were losing at halftime to a team that you should have been favored by 25 points on? They weren't. We got them at 16 and a half. Some people probably got them at 17. I know that at tip-off, some of your offshore books even had it at 17 and a half because money was flying in, big money on Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt could lose this game outright. And right now, because I don't see them covering this spread, which will be a swift kick in the ass for me, I hope they lose the game outright. They deserve to lose it outright. They can't beat this team by 20. They don't deserve to win the game. Just my thoughts. Like I said, 2 games that haven't started yet. Obviously, we have games that haven't finished yet. We'll recap those on the live show, so stay tuned for that. Let's jump into a free play, and I'm going to get out of here. Give me 1 second. Let me check a line real quick because there's a hockey game that I really like. And I like it because it's situational. And everybody knows the baseball guy that I am. Baseball is 100% situational, so I love when we can get a situational matchup. Okay, minus 160. It's a little bit chalky, but I'm okay with it. St. Louis Blues, Arizona Coyotes. St. Louis is at home. Arizona played last night. Ended up taking down, tonight. I believe that they can take down Washington. In my opinion, I think they scored first tonight. Hold on. I think they are winning right now. Let me check. Where are my NHL scores? Yep, 1-0. 1-2. No, that was first period. Hold on. They should be going into the third period by now. Okay, all right. I see it. 3-1. 3-1. About to start the third. Good game. Arizona's winning. So here's the thing. they're not going to have time for a breather in between what they're playing right now against a very good Capitals team and then going in and traveling to St. Louis, which isn't a big deal. It's not a big travel deal. To face the defending Stanley Cup champions, who have won 9 out of their last 10. And how many in a row have they won? I know they've won 9 out of their last 10. But I want to see how many in a row they've won. Seven games in a row St. Louis is on. 9 out of their last 10. Now here's the kicker. If you actually go back and look at history between these two teams, they have won, the Coyotes that is, have beaten St. Louis 4 out of the past 5 contests, the last 2 in a row in St. Louis. So you would think that Arizona would put up this would be a good game. And I'm not saying that it won't be a good game. That's why I'm not going to lay the puck line as a premium play. Now, what I will do, because of the rest factor and this is especially, so this is what you need to pay attention to. If Arizona ends up winning this game tonight, which is very well possible, I mean, with what they're doing right now, it's actually looking that way. If they end up winning against the Caps on the road, going to St. Louis is riding that streak that they are. The rest factor is one of the biggest setup situationally for the St. Louis Blues to keep that streak going. I love going against a team on a large winning streak because in hockey, it's like baseball. For each game that you win, when you get above 5-6 wins in a row, it becomes more and more valuable to go against that team, because all the odds makers can do is continue to favor that team because of the streak. And in hockey, it's just not likely that you're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. It happens, obviously. But they're going to get beat. And I think that it's probably going to come to a lesser opponent, which Arizona is not a bad hockey team. Are they lesser opponent to the Blues? Yes, especially with St. Louis being at home. The situational factor of this, which makes me like St. Louis at a premium level, is because of the rest factor. And I'm going to like it even more if Arizona wins tonight against Washington. So pay attention to that. If they win, this goes from just free play to premium play on the money line minus $1.60. Now, if they win and it goes to premium status, I'm going to put a lean, which means that you can take a quarter, maybe a half unit, whatever you want to do, and put it on the puck line of St. Louis to get plus $1.60. Not a bad bet. A lot of value there, especially coming in, teams both coming off wins in their last game. One team rested, one team not. One team at home that's rested against a team that is on the road, coming off of a nice big win, no rest. I like St. Louis in this contest. The puck line will not be a premium play, but if Arizona beats the Caps tonight, which, again, it's looking that way, I will take St. Louis money line minus 160 as a premium play. Lean on the puck line to get plus $1.60 for some good value. So there you go. Like I said, I am beat. Been doing traveling. I've been out and about all day, and then, coming back and hammering through all these games. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's going to be the greatest day, but it's okay. It's okay. It's Monday, guys. Look at what we did last week. We had winning day after winning day after winning day. I'm not even going to call them winning days anymore. I'm going to call them profitable days, because that's what we're after. So it is what it is there. As far as everybody that bought the 3-day pass today, there was a ton of people that jumped on. You will see at midnight the system will do an auto update. For each one of you that bought it, that are getting extended 2 days, you may not see it based on your time zone until tomorrow 11 in the morning. That's fine. By noon, if you don't see that extension, let me know. But don't flood me with emails at 7 a.m. going, I don't see 2 days. You should see it then. And if you don't, give it till noon and let me know. But I guarantee you all of you will see it. What else? Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Somebody put Happy Veterans Day to me. I'm not a veteran, guys. But Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, my clients especially, but even if you're not, you're one of my viewers. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Thank you for your service. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do what I love. We wouldn't live in a country where we get to enjoy sports and we get to make fucking money off of it. So I love you with all of my heart. Even if you're one of my haters, if you're a veteran, I got the utmost love and respect for you. So, happy Veterans Day to everyone. St. Louis Blues, let's jump on it. Like I said, I'll post this video sometime in the morning before I go live, along with the NASCAR promo. Jump on the NASCAR promo. $20, last race of the season, and then we'll worry about next year. Love you guys, and give me some ideas. Give me some ideas for maybe something you want me to run for later in the week. Something this weekend, maybe something long-term you want me to throw out. Give me some ideas, guys. What we're going to be talking about in the live show, my long-term customer Eric brought it up, is how to wrap your head around and move forward from losing days and push forward, because losing days are going to happen. So you've got to get in that business mindset to where losing only makes us stronger, guys. So love you guys. See you tomorrow.